Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So previously what we did was we spoke about the increasing patterns of natural disasters post-industrial revolution. There is no doubt about the fact that we are facing the worst ecological crisis that humanity has ever witnessed. What I want to do in this video is firstly re-emphasize my point, which is the point of my entire series on this topic, that the banking sector, which is in control of the monetary system now, it wasn't but now it is the real culprit behind the ecological crisis, which is threatening human survival as we know. To be honest, I was drawn towards this subject of the banking sector leading to the global ecological crisis, which is literally threatening our survival on this planet. We don't have a future as such. By one of the verses from the Quran, it happens to be in the 30th chapter. The chapter is called Surah Room, or the chapter of the Europeans. Now what I find most interesting is that this chapter is named the chapter of the Europeans, being the geographical location of Rome at that time. And well, guess what? The ecological crisis did emerge. Here is the verse of the Quran that points towards the global ecological crisis. And above it, if you can see, as if to imply a cause and effect phenomenon, the verse that denounces financial dealings based on interest, which is very fundamental to modern economy. This is the chapter which is called Rome, the chapter of the Europeans. So there you go, the Quran says the unjust interest-based economic model and the inevitable consequence of it, which is the ecological crisis, both the cause and its effect came from the European civilization. You see, the planet is highly fine-tuned for life. And this is one of the most amazing arguments for God, that how this planet, even the universe for that matter, but because we're talking about global warming, the planet is highly fine-tuned to sustain life. And even for that matter, climate change or global warming could be taken as an argument for God, when we see that literally the environment has a moral compass that tells us that the majority lifestyle at least is not sustainable in the sight of the environment. This is not how human beings were supposed to live. There is something morally completely wrong with the way at least the first world countries of the world are living, which happen to be the biggest polluters in the world. There is a verse in the Quran which says, "And we made the sky a protected ceiling, but they from its signs are turning away." So what is it that God says? He has made the sky a protected ceiling. Let's take a closer look at the Earth's atmosphere. The troposphere contains a good percentage of what are called greenhouse gases, like carbon dioxide and methane. These act as a blanket over the planet, keeping it warm and thereby sustaining life. Heat from the sun gets trapped in this layer, and the planet is provided an ambient temperature. What has happened is that post-industrial revolution, because of industries, fossil fuel burning, vehicle emissions, etc., these have increased so drastically that the percentage of greenhouse gases has dangerously shot up. This increase in greenhouse gases is warming up the planet. So there you have it, the very mechanism that God had kept for the sustainability of life. Human activities post-industrial revolution have turned it around as a weapon threatening our very survival. So it's as if the planet is speaking to us in its own language, saying these countries and their socio-economic impact doesn't go too well with the way the planet has been programmed to be. Human beings were meant to live in harmony with nature. Then and only then would nature reveal its best kept secrets to man.